Hey everyone, this is Stay Puffed again. I'm coming to you again with another toy review. This time it's a little bit different. I normally do the vinyls, and this is definitely not a vinyl. That's why I have it sitting on its side. I don't know how many people that watch my videos are actually know anything about Hot Toys, but we're going to do a Hot Toy review because I have a Hot Toy here that I just got, and it is Loki from The Dark World. Anyhow, you can see right here, it says exactly what it is. It comes in a wonderful brown box. If you've never had one of these figures, if you ever find one that you're actually interested in buying, I suggest you buy it, because the thing is these things are highly collectible, and they're awesome figures. You're never going to find anything like this ever in any type of figure. Like, you may buy a NECA figure, and it's an 18-inch figure, and you pay $130 for it. Well, for a couple bucks more, you can get something that actually has real clothes, has real articulation. A lot of them, their eyes move. I mean, it's just amazing. You're never going to get anything like this, so I highly suggest that you get one. I got this guy off a Big Bag Toy Store, where I get most of my stuff, and we're going to go ahead and open him up. I did go ahead and cheat it a little bit and open up the bottom, so that way I wouldn't have to cut it on film. And I did take the tape off the bag and the box. It normally doesn't come in a bag, if I'm not mistaken. If it does, I might have just ripped through it and didn't pay any attention. So they make sure they package everything very, very well, and that's one of the things that you're going to see with this review, is that you're going to get to see all the wonderful ways they make sure to protect and keep the toy safe. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this plastic. Okay, so here's the box. It is gold. It's almost like, it looks like it's metal. The actual front of it is actually all this stuff that's on the front is actually textured, and it's popping off. I mean, they just put details into everything. Like, you're just not going to find this in anything else. So it's like a big vault, basically, for him. And it goes ahead and tells you which movie it's from, what figure you're getting, and then it goes ahead and tells you it's a 1/6 scale collectible figure. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the box here for you. And it says Loki on both sides, and it says the same thing, the 1/6 scale collector's figure. And the box has a picture of none other than Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki in Thor. Awesome actor, and they couldn't have picked anybody better to play him. It has all the wonderful things that you need to know about it, like who has the right to the toys, and then it has choking hazards, and everything is in different languages because these actually come from Japan. So, alright, we'll go ahead, no further ado here, get this off. Well, we don't want to do that. Alright, so I haven't actually seen one of these, but it's kind of hard to see because I have a hard time seeing it, but you can see that this is like Loki sitting on his throne type thing, but it actually says his name, and it's clear coded, so like when you roll it back and forth, you can kind of see it. So I want to try to do that. And you might catch like a K or an I, like I barely caught it. This one actually gives credit to cast and crew for the people, I guess, that actually made the toy, which is kind of cool. A lot of time goes into these toys, so to give them credit where credit is due is pretty cool. Alright. So, this is Loki in his box. As you can see, he's very well protected. I can shake him around and nothing's going to come out because they make sure that everything's going to stay exactly where it's supposed to be at. We'll go ahead and take him out of his wonderful little dungeon here. And the first thing it says on the box is it says make sure you read the instruction manual, because you need the instruction manual to make sure that you don't break these toys, because trust me, I have broken a piece of a head off, and then I couldn't move the neck around on some of these figures. Sometimes it's actually a defective thing, and if you contact them, they'll actually send you a new part. Sometimes it's just because you suck, and I suck, so I try not to put them together or take them apart. Hold on. I got some instructions here. I probably should take off of here first. Probably should have disconnected those as well. I didn't get into it that far though. I said, they don't want anything to move or come out, so it's perfectly fit on here so that way it won't move. And there's like indentions in the side of the box, like right here, that's actually indented with the plastic here to keep it all intact. So it's hard to get off. Alright, so let me just look and see what my directions say real quick, because I'm not trying to break my Loki as soon as I get him out of the box. It only cost a couple $100, so I'm not trying to be that stupid. Okay, so it tells you how to put your little chains on, which we're going to get to. And I'm not going to actually attach the chains because, like I told you, I suck at doing that. And it has everything. His little lamp. I can't remember what it's called, so please don't be so mean on the internet. But it's okay if you want to be, because I should probably know those things. But I do love Thor and Loki. Sometimes I just forget things. But it goes on to show you how to take off his feet, his hands, and everything else, so that way you can actually have him chained up like the prisoner he's supposed to be. Alright, so no further ado, let's go ahead and get him out of here. I want to kind of point out that this was actually over his face to keep sure that his nose and his eyes and everything don't get scratched up. It's a piece of plastic with a piece of foam to actually try to keep him intact. And then they have sheets of plastic laying over top of him. And they have it over top of his hands and arms here. They got one, his head's got a nice little bag over top of it. Alright, so we're getting into the meat of this thing. Alright, so I have officially taken all the wonderful plastic off of him. So, let's get started with him. So this thing is as articulated as you're probably going to get. The only thing that doesn't move pretty much on him is going to be his fingers. And his eyes do not roll. So that's a little bit of disappointment, but that's okay, because he's still completely badass. And he is a god. So we will treat him as such. Okay, so as you can see, he's got his little gauntlets here. Those are made out of very hard plastic. They have very good detail. His fingers are very well done. He's got little fingernails. He's got shadowing and detail on his fingers that you won't see in anything that you will ever see in your entire life. I just love it. This is actually clothing that is made for these toys. It's like a big Barbie, except way cooler. And I promise I won't chew on the hands, because that's what I did with all my Barbies when I was little. And then he's got his protective gear here on his shoulder pads here, and they're very well done. I mean, they're all textured, three-dimensional. His hair is actually, it's just plastic. It's not actually hair. Sometimes these guys come with real hair, so it's kind of interesting to know which ones will and which ones won't. But the last 3 or 4 I've gotten, they have not had hair. Anyhow, so that's that. As you can see, they did such good detail work on his clothing here that the little red places that they have, it's like just a little bit of a fringe type thing, is actually in his clothing. I mean, they're meticulous at getting every detail just right. So his arms move and bend. They go up and down, just like that. Will make him fly. His head goes from side to side. I mean, everything moves with ease. You can't get any better. Most of these figures come with like 2 or 3 heads. This one only comes with the 1. He doesn't cost as much as some of the other ones do. It seems like the more detail you get with the figure, the more it costs. It makes sense. His chest piece here is actually a piece of hard plastic. There's actually like a naked like Barbie type figure underneath here. See, he's even got double layers of clothing here, sorry, that you can actually rip up here. And then his knees and stuff bend and go down, and his little feet move. So, I mean, you can't get any better. His little wrists turn back and forth, up, so he can serve as soup. Anyway, that's like a nursing thing, sorry. And as you can see, like, he's even got this awesome detail right here in his leather pants. I mean, just the detail of this going all the way up, it's just amazing. So let's get to the back of him here, so you can see how well his little jacket's done. I'm kind of putting him down for such a masculine god. He is a god of mischief, so we'll go ahead and give him what I can give him here. But anyhow, it's like a pleather that it's made out of. It's not actually leather, which is, I mean, if you're expecting leather, you probably should pay a couple $100 more for your figure. And his boots are made out of a really nice plastic. It's like soft and pliable, almost like a leather type feeling. I can't quite explain the way it feels. It's not a hard plastic, it's not a soft plastic, it's like right in between, and it's got a very soft texture to it. So it's almost, like I said, like a really nice leather, like an Italian type leather that you would feel. And that is completely cool. So we're going to leave him sitting up right there. Get his little head up. We'll put his little arms down there. Alright. So, well, let's see what I can get into in this box, because there's a lot of stuff in here. He comes with his stand. It says Thor right on it, and then it's got his name Loki on it. And then of course you want to make sure that this guy does not fall over, so he comes with his own little stand here, and you just plug that right in, and you just set him right up on it, and then he never will fall over again. We'll just see, because I'm going to make him fall over again. Well, I told you, I'm not very good at this stuff. I try to warn you. Well, since I got his pants pulled up, I'm showing off his booty. Look at that right there. Even that's got some detail and it's textured. So cool. Didn't even know it was there. Alright, so we get that right up in his crotch there, so that way he doesn't go anywhere, because we don't want him going anywhere. Alright, so now he will stand up for forever. Okay, so he comes with some ball joints here. These are going to be kind of hard to see because they're inside plastic, and these actually go with his 4 hands that he has, so that way you can reenact all your favorite Loki poses. So here he's got, it's even got his little, gauntlet there, and see, there's one, so he can pick his nose or point at you or tell you how bad you are. Here's a fist. So you can hold his knife, which I'm going to show you here in a second. And here's another fist. And all these are very well detailed too. They all have the little fingernails. I mean, pretty cool. So he comes with a little dagger. And it's all very well detailed. Even the top around the part of the sword there is even like nice and textured and has extra paint in it. I mean, they must get out the magnifying glass to do this stuff, and it has a little hole in it. It's pretty cool. And then, of course, for the chains. So, they have the chains. It's not... It's like a plasticky metal. It's like that cheap metal that you used to get when you were a kid. So you can do all of his stuff here. So you got hands and head and legs. So you can have him shackled up real good so he can't cause any problems. The best part about these is it has the whole Lord of the Rings type thing going on. The actual imprint around the gold piece that's around this has all that wonderful, I don't even know what language it is from Thor, but it has all their stuff, like all their Greek type lettering around here. And it's very cool. It is so small that I can barely see it. So I can only imagine that they used like a, some type of paintbrush that had one bristle in it. Anyhow, all this stuff is very well put together, and you can see that it's all really cool looking. It's got 3 different sides to make it look exactly like the movie. Like I said, you can reenact your favorite Loki scene. My personal is when he turns into to Captain America. And that is awesome. Anyhow, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to add him to my collection, and I will be back with another toy review hopefully very soon. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave any comments, questions that you have for me, and I'll get back to you. Okay, thanks guys.